said I wasn't. Universe, look at me now. Right now. Call me extra violento. Breaking your heart. Ah, that was my chair, I swear. I swear to God. Look at my freaking hair. It's, I'm having dilemmas. First again, welcome. Welcome, you made it. Hi, excuse me. Excuse me, that's mean. You can't say that. Okay. Alright, let me get situated over here. Anyways, hello everyone. Hello, hello. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, what the heck, man? What the heck? I love you so bad, bad, bad. Oh my god. No one told me I look like that. What the heck? Like this. Maybe like this. Yeah. Anyways. Let me get all situated. I was in a K-pop music crisis all day. I don't know what to listen to. Sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes I'm just so tired of K-pop, I like don't know what to listen to. So I totally get you. How about I just... Is that me? Am I doing that? Am I lagging? Okay. Support the channel. And me. Haha. And then I put the link. I love you so bad, bad, bad. Yeah, you get me. You make me feel some type of way. Don't she bad to I love you so. Oh. And here I am, tired. Baddie. I'm a baddie, but baddie. Pretty little risky baddie molding it. Catch me if you can. I'm gonna scream that song at the concert. Me too. Me and you both. Truly. Hi, hello. Oh no. Bad news. Bad news, my laundry is finished. I have to go get it. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I think you do need coffee with all the yawning. Okay, but I don't like drinking coffee. Oh. Sorry. I don't like drinking caffeine before I have to go to bed. Because then I'll be up for more hours than I want to be, which cuts into my sleep time. And I'm somebody, God, sorry, I'm trying not to mess with my bangs, but it's just kind of hard. Not only do I need like a lot of sleep to feel refreshed, I'm also not a morning person at all. I'm not a morning person. And I especially hate mornings when I've only had like 4 hours of sleep. It's like 10 times worse. So I always just kind of, you know, Even though I'm tired around this time, it is what it is. I always wake up around noon for me every time, so I feel you. Yeah, if it were up to me, well, I don't know, because so back in my youth, it was just a few years ago, but I used to have a job where my work schedule started like in late afternoon and it went into the nighttime. And at first I enjoyed it. There's a hair in my eye. Help. What's up? Hi. Girl, hi. Hello. I'm not tired. I'm lying to you. I'm not tired. You like K-pop? Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I know you weren't here the last couple times. What the heck? 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 환영합니다. 어떻게 지내세요? 저는 잘 지내요. 잘 지내요. Would you date an Asian? I guess. If, you know, if I was interested. Anyway, what was I talking about? I'm also trying not to yawn. Sorry. I'm so sorry I was busy these past few days. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. 매우 좋은? 매우 안 좋아해. Love the shirt. Thanks. It's my La Dolce Vita shirt from Seoul. One Us? You were talking about One Us? Yeah, honestly. When do I not talk about One Us? Jesus. My bangs look dumb. I'm also fighting with my bangs today, so I'm about to just like get them out of my face. We're about to just... I have something that happened on the 30th that I want to tell you. Oh my god, do tell. I'm making freebies. Can I have one? Can I have one? Ah! That. I just thought you're into K-pop, wondering you're interested in Asian. Heard a lot of American girls would not date Asians. I mean, I don't really care, you know? I don't really care what the background is. Just that I'm interested, you know? 당신은 한국어를 할 줄 알아요. 네. 조금 말 조금 말해요. As long as he treats me right, that's all I care about. Same. I'm punching myself in the face so I stop being tired. I designed them for Detroit. Stop kind of last minute. Oh my gosh, you know what? I want one. Will you mail me one? My bangs, bro. 영어하다들은 보통 한국어를 잘 하지 못합니다. 괜찮아요. 괜찮습니다. I think you're beautiful. Thanks. I got a new phone because my previous one was so bad and I really needed a new one. So I went and this one guy that was helping me was so cute, and a little after, before it was time to leave, he was making jokes and it was so funny and I was laughing. Oh my god. And you didn't ask him out? Just you didn't ask to like hang out or anything? Heard a lot of American girls thought Asian guys are weak and feminine. I mean, I tried not to yawn. I tried my best not to yawn. I mean, again, like, I don't care. Like, it truly just has to be, like, somebody that I'm interested in. It doesn't really even matter what their background is. Okay? Ah! There's hair in my eye. What do I do? Hi. Hello. It's been an honor to meet you. I'm glad you mastered the language. 아직 배웠어. 한국어 잘 못하지만 아직 배웠어요. 맞아요? I don't know. I just guessed, to be honest. I guessed. Yu Dongjun. Nice to meet you. Hi, bang hair gel. Yeah, I know. My bangs are just not working with me today. Who's your bias from Stray Kids? Lino. He asked for my name to put on paper, and when I said it, he misheard me. Thought I said I was sad, and I said no. I said my name again, spelled it for him. He almost got it. Oh man. Sounds like a lot was going on there. You know what I mean? Sounds like a lot was happening. Ah! My bangs look dumb. Should I just not wear my glasses? My bangs are like, I think I gotta just take them off so I can mess with them. Yeah, but they look cute. Telling him he decided to be funny and put sad beside my name. You know what? I hate people. Well, I don't hate them. I'm really jealous, and this is why I hate them. I hate people who have natural, like, charisma. Because, like, they make you feel, like, so... like, you know, because they're treating you with so much riz. It makes you feel kind of special. And you're like, man, but it's just because you're really good at being charismatic. That's all. Sorry. I just kept going back and forth with NCT and Stray Kids. You should listen to... let me try to recommend some groups that are not necessarily... Have you tried, like, any Victon songs? Or... Not to plug my faves, but has anyone heard of Ascent? Have you been here before? Yeah, actually, I went to Seoul in February. Who's your bias from Blackpink? Jisoo. He's being funny and making jokes with me, so I don't know if he was flirting or not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. People who are naturally charismatic are just, they're so irritating to me. But I wish that I could be like them. I wish I could be charismatic to everyone that I meet, but it's totally fine. Can you say hi to Ruby? Hi. I know too many groups. Do you know Ascent? Do you know Ascent, though? Hey, hi. Very good. Yeah, very true. Very true. 너무 좋아해서. 너무 좋아해. Never mind. You'd think I'd be fluent at this point. I've been learning it for so long, and I still don't know. My English is not very good. It's okay, because my Korean is also bad. 죄송합니다. I couldn't stop giggling, and at one point he looked up at me from writing on paper and smiled. Ah! It's sounding like a love story in the making. That's just me, though. Maybe you need to go back and be like, hey, I think my phone is broken. And then he looks and he's like, no, it's not. And then you have another chance to, like, have a conversation or something. I don't know. Ascent? Yeah. Ascent. Have you attended Blackpink's concert? No. I'm not going to Blackpink's concert. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Okay, I'll be honest, guys. I have to go get my laundry. Here, how about I'll play you a song while I go. Matter of fact, I think you already know what I'm going to play. Because why would I not play it? And I'll try to be back before it ends. It's 2 minutes and 51 seconds. I for real want to get his number next time I meet him. I'm just so shy and scared. Okay, but sometimes one thing I'm trying to live by is that if there's something that you want to do but you're too scared, that sometimes you just have to do it scared. Okay. I'm gonna go run and get my laundry. I'm gonna play you a song in the meantime. Oh, wait, hold on, pause. Pause. Alright, I'm turning it this way though so you can't see. Alright, listen to that. Alright, I'm back. I can't do it. There we go. Okay. I'm back. I made it in time. I made it. I made it. Okay. I heard of Vicks. Okay, but have you heard of Ascent? Ascent actually just came out with a new song. It's called Don't Move. I almost called it something else. It's called Don't Move. What? X? I'm trying to learn this dance. You know what? I want to learn X too. Did I tell you guys? I think I mentioned it really, really briefly yesterday. Ooh. But haven't heard of them? Oh, this is the perfect time. If you go listen to their new song called Don't Move. Yup. Anyways, so ONEUS is doing a dance challenge for their tour, okay? And apparently it's raffle based. So like it's not that hard to enter, but you enter and then they'll pick a number on stage and then what? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Are they going to teach you the dance on stage? Apparently, whoever they pick, they're going to give you up to 2 dance lessons. And then they're going to teach you one of their dances. And then they're going to... Either they're going to film it as like a challenge or they're going to have you do it on stage. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Anyways. I'm telling everyone and their mothers, okay? I need us to pick my number at either Chicago or Nashville. I swear to God. I swear to God, I need them to pick my number. Okay, because I would love to make my debut as One Us's new member. I'm the new member of One Us. All right, they need to pick my number, please. Pick my number. And if they don't pick my number, I'm gonna say it's rigged. I'm gonna tell everyone it was rigged, so they better pick my number. Just kidding. No, but I really want to win. Okay, everyone is treating it. They're like, oh, I would love to learn a dance from One Us, or like, you know, just to be up close with One Us and stuff. I'm like, I'm taking this seriously though. If I win, if they pick my number and I win, and I gotta do a dance challenge with One Us, I'm gonna perform it the same way they do. Or we're gonna be doing it. Like I said, I'm the new member of One Us. They better pick my number. This is serious to me. Number for what? Oh, One Us is doing a dance challenge on the tour, where I guess at the beginning or like at the venue day of the concert, you go and vote for a song that like it's some fan voted song, and I think it's for the dance challenge. Like what song you would want them to do the dance challenge, like with whoever they pick. And then if you vote, you get a raffle ticket, and then during the concert at some point, from what I understand, One Us picks a number or picks, you know, from the raffle drawings, and then they pick one person, and then they'll teach them the dance that everyone voted for, and then they do a challenge, like a TikTok challenge, dance challenge. So, but it's like completely random, right? Because you just throw your name in a box and they pull the number out. So, I'd be so scared if I went up on stage. Just thought of so many people looking. I'm telling you, this is why I'm saying I think I'm the perfect person for this. I think they should just rig me in. Rig me in, One Us, because I not only would I not mind being on stage in front of all these, like I don't have stage fright. Okay. Well, I mean, like I still get nervous on stage because like doesn't anyone? But I don't have stage fright. Okay. And I'd be learning a dance from One Us. Okay. But I'm also kind of a dancer myself. So I wouldn't do it like half-heartedly. I'd be putting my all into this. All right. And like I said, I would just love to debut as a new member of One Us. I think it would be good. And so I feel like I'm the perfect match. So they should just rig me in. They should just rig my number to win, and then I win, right? You must be picked. I'm saying I want everyone to manifest with me that they pick my number. I even have my coworkers manifesting with me. They don't even know what we're talking about. Okay, I'm like, guys, just manifest that they pick my number, please. And they're all like, okay, yeah. All right, sure. Dance with Soho. I would love to dance with Soho. It's just he's not there. So it's gonna be the rest of One Us. Bruh. I like move, and then this bang moves, and then everything goes wrong. Okay. Nah. Anyway, I hope I win. I have like a secret lore. I have a secret lore, kind of. Well, no, I guess it's secret lore. Bully people into giving you the raffle tickets. That's what I was thinking. Oh, no, I wasn't thinking to bully people into giving me the raffle tickets. That's crazy. I was thinking because somebody mentioned it on Twitter, because apparently I'm one of the only ones that's excited for this dance challenge. Everyone else is like, I'd hate to be on stage with One Us. I'm like, that's my dream come true. What are you talking about? My dream come true. Somebody replied under one of my tweets and said that they were like kind of on the fence about wanting to like they'll probably do the raffle, but they're scared on like the chance that they do get picked. And so they were saying that if they decide last minute that they don't want to be put into the raffle, that they would just give me their ticket. And I was like, wait a minute. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, but like I don't want to post about that and be like, hey guys, if you have a raffle ticket and you don't want it, you can just give it to me. You can give it to me because I'm not scared. I'm not scared to be on stage with One Us. I'm not scared to learn a dance from One Us. Okay? Matter of fact, like I said, dream come true. I would love for Huanwing to teach me a dance. The dance master himself. Oh my god. Truly a dream come true. And so I would much rather, you know, people who are like, oh, I don't really want to be, you know, do all that. I'm like, I do. Give it to me. Ah! Ah! My bangs on this side. I'm trying not to touch them too much, but they're... I keep messing them up. Alright. How about I just stop touching my hair? After this, I'm not touching my hair ever again. I hope you win. Be the new member of One Us. I'm telling you. I'm saying. Wouldn't that be so nice? I think it would be even cooler, though. Even cooler. Because I'm the same height as One Us. I fit right in. I'm standing in the middle of One Us. I look like I belong there. So, I think there's no better option for this than me. So I just want everyone to manifest with me that I win. Yeah. Anyways, so that's super exciting. I'm super excited. I mean, chances are I'm not going to win, and it's going to be devastating and sad. But you just never know. Something else that happened? Oh, sorry. Something else happened with the guy I was telling you about is I had brought up the fact that I have 4 middle names. At one point he said I should add the one he called me. Bro's risen you up. We'll find out how a raffle works tomorrow. True. That is so true. I know, I'm excited to see what the set list is. I'm really excited. My heart scared. Can't believe tour starts tomorrow. I know. This tour feels so nonchalant. Like, for everyone involved. It feels nonchalant for One Us too. Because I feel like with the other tours... Let me try to chew this before Okay. I feel like with their other tours, they were always talking, like, days, maybe even like a week or so in advance, talking about the tour. Like, just themselves personally. They'll be like, oh my god, the US tour starts soon, are about to go to America and all this stuff. I feel like I haven't seen one. Maybe I'm just not as invested in, like, the members themselves. Like, maybe they are talking about it, I don't know. But I just feel like no one's really... It doesn't feel as hyped as the other ones. Like, even, like, other fans and stuff that I know, we're all kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot, the tour starts soon. Hello? Like, because me right now, like, even though I know I'm going, so, like, you know, hold on, let me put this here. I know that I'm going to Chicago and Nashville next weekend. But in my mind, like, I have not prepared anything for this tour yet. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna wear. I don't know what I'm gonna take to get things signed. But I think my other problem too, though, is that, like, a lot of my travel plans, like my personal travel plans for the tour and whatnot, are really just up in the air. And so I feel like because that is so uncertain, it's like making me not really that excited for the tour because I still don't know how it's going to work for me. I mean, like, I'm going, but I just don't know who's going, and I'm not gonna know until probably close to when I have to leave. So there's that. I keep thinking about the interaction I have. I have no idea if he was flirting with me. Almost seems like he did, but I don't know. But honestly, him mishearing my name being sad now is now like our inside joke whenever we meet again. That's true. See, I can't even really help you though, because to me, I can't tell when people are flirting with me. I can't tell at all. Like, because it's like a blessing and a curse. Something I really do truly prefer is, I've talked about this before, is when people just say things just outright. Like just very, not direct, because I'm not talking about being blunt. I just mean like where their words are exactly what they mean. So like there's no like, you don't have to like decode them or think about like, oh, is that what they meant? I like things that are very just straightforward. There we go. That's the word I wanted. Straightforward. And so, but flirting is the entire opposite, right? Flirting is all these like vague sentences and words to try to like get you to get the hint, but it's never the direct like, hey, I'm interested in you, I'm flirting with you, all this stuff. Um, and so for me, because no one does that when they flirt, it's like I don't know when they're flirting, and I always think that they're being nice and friendly. I always think that they're just being nice, and then other people have to tell me. They're like, oh my god, they were flirting with you. And I'm like, it didn't feel like that to me. It felt like they were being nice to me. What are you talking about? Hey girl, hi. I want to make a name for him too, something that's low-key a roast, since he may have low-key roasted me. No! That's true though. Then it'd be a true inside joke. You look so much like Lisa from Blackpink. So how come everyone says that? How come it's gotta be the bangs? I think it's the bangs. I think if I didn't have bangs, no one would say that. I'm gonna be really honest. You're live, I just joined. Oh, hi. Welcome, welcome. No, anyway, I wanted to tell a story because this exact thing happened to me actually when we went to Chicago to see Baekhyun. So I checked into our hotel because I'm always the one in charge of all of our accommodations. Well, just I'm always like the head like trip planner, and not because I like it, but that's just because no one else wants to do it. And something about me is I have this like mentality of like, if no one else is going to do it, then I'm going to do it. You know, but I also am not the type of person where like, it's not that I don't trust other people to do it, so like I do it first. It's like I will let everyone kind of decide if they want to do something, and if no one wants to do it, then I will do it. And that happens on my trips all the time. Nobody wants to plan the trips. So like I have to be the one to plan the trips. So I'm always the one booking hotels, okay? So they're always in my name. I'm always the one doing all the front desk things. So in Chicago, we go to this hotel, and I've stayed at this hotel before. So like I know exactly how it works and kind of everything that they need. I go up to the desk, and it's this guy. He might be the same age as me. He might be a little younger. Not sure. We're around the same age. And he's checking me in, but he's talking in like a certain way, but I thought that that's just how he talked. Like people have customer service voices, and I thought this was his customer service voice because it was like this like weird, not like a nice friendly tone, but it was kind of like this like, hey, welcome to this hotel, like kind of, you know, when he talked, he said that in every single sentence, and it was so funny. But I'm like, okay, maybe that's just how he talks to the customers. So I finished the whole check-in process. I'm just being nice back because like that's just how I am. I'm like, yeah, thank you so much. Ask me all my questions. So then I get my keys, and then I leave. He's like, have a great night. I'm like, thanks. And so then I grab my keys and I turn, and I'm with my pal and my sister. And as soon as we leave, like the earshot of the front desk, they start like laughing and like giggling. And I'm like, why are we laughing and giggling? What's going on? And my sister, like, the first thing she says was, why was he trying to rizz you up so bad? I said, huh? Because I didn't get that impression at all. Okay? Like, I'm thinking we're just doing normal, like, customer interaction thing. I don't know. But she's like, yeah, he was trying to rizz you up. And then my pal was like, that's what I thought too, but I didn't think, you know, didn't want to be weird about it. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I thought we were having a normal conversation. They both were like dead set on the fact that he was trying to flirt with me. And I was like, I just don't see it. I didn't see it. But then again, I'm dense. I'm a dense person. Like, I don't know when people are flirting. I just assume they're being nice. So I would be in the same situation as you, I fear. Here's something though. My parents were there with me because they're getting new phones too. They say he was flirting. Oh, So see, so maybe he was. Maybe he was, and like you just couldn't see it. I just hope I can meet him again and maybe try to get his number, but I may die of nervousness. I'll definitely see my hand shaking when I try to put his number in my phone. No. Here's what you do. When you want to ask somebody for their number, what you want, I think, is to either give them the option to put their number into your phone. So like just hand your phone and be like, hey, can we like text to like maybe plan to hang out or something? And they're like, okay, yeah. And so then you're like, okay, just put your number in my phone and give your phone to them, but have the number, like the phone pad out. And then let them do the saving the contact. Or if you want to give them a little bit more of like an out, I don't want to say an out, but like, you know, sometimes people are too scared to be like, oh no, sorry, not interested. Not to say he wouldn't be, but just to kind of provide that. Because psychology says when somebody's like trying to ask for your number or trying to ask for, you know, to talk more and whatnot, when you feel like you're not being trapped into it, you have more of like a positive reception. And so that's why I'm saying either give him your phone and be like, put your number in and give him the opportunity to like put his number in your phone, or say, hey, would love to get to know you more, or would love to talk more outside of this. Can we text and then or you know message or whatever? And they're like, yeah, and be like, okay, well I'll put my number in your phone, and then you can text me whenever you're free or something, and then put your number in their phone, so that way it doesn't feel like they're giving out their number because they have to. I think that's the move. My bangs are doing well. I'm just anxious anyways. So weird and funny, isn't it? I would have done the heat. What is that? What is that? That was sour. That was really sour. You know what? I like sour candy though. Sour candy. I'm sour candy. So sweet that I get a little angry, yeah. Sour candy. Yeah. I'm super psycho. Make you crazy when the turn the lights low. What candy are you eating? I'm eating Sour Patch Kids. I don't get what? I was thinking of doing that, so hopefully I can. I'm just so scared. I've never talked to a guy like this before. Don't worry, it's nerve-wracking. The first time I ever asked somebody, like it was a guy, and I asked for his number, I had to like muster up the courage it took me like 2 weeks. Like I knew I wanted to, but then I was scared. But one day, because we worked together, but we were on different ships and he did like something else. And so I knew what time he like got home or left, clocked out. So I like strategically planned it to where I took my break at the same time that I knew he was gonna clock out. And then I seen him clock out, and so I got up from like my sport. I was, you know, taking my break. I got up and I started like, well, I didn't start running, but I like quickly went because I knew if I didn't do it in that moment, I was never gonna do it ever again. So I got up, I went after him, okay, and I stopped him before it. Now, matter of fact, I stopped him in the wrong place. It's in the middle of the store, all right? We worked like after the store, like a little bit after the store closed, but like everyone else was still out and about doing things in the store. I stopped him in the middle where everyone could see. Okay. Anyways, so I stopped him and he like turned around, he looked at me, but as soon as he looked at me, I was like, I almost wanted to just be like, you know what? Never mind, and then turn around. But again, in my mind, I'm like, it has to be, it's now or it's never, or I'm never doing this. So I told him, like, long story short, I told him I was interested in him and wanted his number. But the way that it came out, because it was the first time I was like really ever doing that, I think I was like stuttering a lot, but not in like a bad way, not like really nervously, but I think I kept trying to say what I wanted to say, but then I kept stopping and like I'm like, okay, no. And so he was just like looking at me and I was like I was like, do you just want to text sometime? Or no, I asked. I think I was like, I was like, do you want to like exchange numbers so we could like talk more or something? And he was like, he like hesitated. The worst. He hesitated. And then he was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, okay. I feel like the hesitation gave it away, but whatever. It's totally fine. So he did end up, I think, I don't remember what happened. Oh, he put his number in my phone. And so then I sent him a text like as soon as I went back to my break and he like left. It was like 5 minutes later. I sent him a text. It was like, hey, this is me. He was like, oh, hey. And then we started texting. So I guess it wasn't all that bad, but that was the one and only time I've ever done that, right? I love sour candy too. I'm a sour candy enthusiast. Put your number in my iPhone 16 Pro Max. That's so true. That is so true. I don't know sour too. Anyway, that didn't end that well. So I guess that's not really that good of advice. Because it was horrible. So, okay. Story time, I guess. So we started texting. I feel like that's how it might go. I feel like I'm gonna die of nervousness. It's only nerve-wracking in the moment. But, like, as soon as you're done, you're like, I'm so glad I did that. You know? Like, you don't regret it afterwards. Sorry to hear that. No, it's okay. It was actually, this is why I'm saying story time. So, we started texting. And because I think I led with the fact that, like, I had a small crush on him, but I think it's just because it was, like, a work crush. Like, I might have been bored. And I sometimes the dopamine of having a crush, okay, is a lot better. It's kind of fun sometimes. And so I think that's what it was going on in my mind. It was like, I just miss having a crush. So I picked some random guy at work to have a crush on. I don't really even know him. Matter of fact, I didn't really even think he was that cute. Um, but I needed something to pass the time sometimes. So I decided in my brain, I have a crush on this guy. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, I have like a small crush on you, or I think some, like I'm interested in you or something. I don't know. After we started texting. And I think he could have been lying. I don't know. But he also messaged back and he said, that's crazy because I also was slightly interested in you too. Could have been lying though, because maybe it was because I said I was interested in him. He's like, oh, in order to like keep this going, I need to say that I like her back. I don't know. So I was like, oh, wow, that's insane. That's crazy because I also have a crush on you. Haha. So we talked for a few more days, I think. We were like texting, and then we would talk at work. I should have known this from like probably the day or two after I'd asked for his number. He started hunting me down in like every corner of the store. It was weird. It was I was like, I don't think you need to be finding me that much. I was like, we could just like break time. We could schedule our break times at the same time or something. But he would like, I'm sitting there doing my job and he would turn the corner and like I'm like, don't you have a job to do? Like, what are you doing? Anyway, so I'm like blinded because I have a crush. So I'm like, oh, okay, awesome, whatever. I don't remember the timeline of when we started like dating. I say dating. I don't really consider it dating, but we had like the whole conversation of should we like Mm, I don't know, because I wasn't really interested in starting a relationship. I was still just trying to like get to know this guy on a personal level, but he was like, we should start dating. I'm like, okay. So we start dating. And I think that's where everything starts going wrong. Like once we start getting to like this romantic part, I was like, this is not what I want. this is not this is not it at all. Um we started going on like a few dates. We went on a movie date. It was horrible. It wasn't horrible, but we went to a movie and we sat kind of like in the back, but we were watching a movie that I had seen before, because the specific theater sometimes shows movies that are already released just like as special features or something. And but I was like, wait, this is so nice to watch in the theater, like even though it's an old movie. So I'm truly invested in this movie. I'm watching. I got popcorn. And a notable thing is that I was sitting in my chair like this. I had my arms crossed and I'm watching the movie. And I'm invested. I like the movie. Like, we're here to watch a movie. I'm gonna watch the movie. So he's sitting right here, like on this side of me. And we that's what we do the whole movie. We watch the movie. As we should. So then we leave the movie. And I'm like, that was a good movie. I liked it. It was fun. And we leave because he drove. He like picked me up and we drove to the movies. We get back in his car and he's like not starting the car and he's not leaving. And so I'm sitting there. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, why are we like? Did you want to do something else now, or like what's going on? And he just said, he's like, well, I did just want to bring up one thing. And I said, okay. And he said, did you enjoy the movie? And I said, yes, I did. It was a good movie. I've seen it before, but I liked seeing it in the theater. And then he said, and then he said, oh, okay. He's like, but it's like, because based on the way that you were sitting and the way that you looked, he said that I looked like I was uninterested. And he's like, that's why I wasn't sure if you were enjoying it and whatever. And I said, huh? I was like, excuse me? And then he was like, and it also just made me wonder if maybe you just weren't having a good time with me at this movie. I said, did I ever say that? Did those words come out of my mouth? Did I directly tell you that? And I'm pretty sure I said that same thing. I was saying it like that. And I was like, well, I didn't say that and made no mention of that ever. So it's like, so that's not what was going on at all. It's like, I was watching the movie. And so then he brought up again, he's like, well, you were sitting there with your arms crossed. And I was like, because it's a comfortable sitting position. Like, why are we analyzing the way that I'm sitting? That's weird. And so that I started getting mad. I'm pretty sure I started saying this exact same thing. I was like, I was just sitting there. And so, but he was trying to defend his case. He's like, well, you know, well, I just thought you were having a horrible time all. And I'm like, oh my God, brother. I'm like, brother, please just drive me home. It's like, take me home, please. Anyway, he would do things like that. Like, it was just kind of like overanalyzed everything that I said, everything that I did. The way that I sounded in texts, he thought that I sounded a little too bland and it was making him feel like I was uninterested. I was like, and mind you, at this point, we had only been talking or so for like 2.5 weeks. Oh my God. I was trying to put up with it as much as I could. And I was like, maybe it'll get better. I don't know. It didn't. It didn't get better at all. I had to draw the line. I had to draw the line at the fact that had he had a foot fetish. And I learned about it when we were sitting in his car in like a mall parking lot because he for some reason liked to hang out in his car. I was like, we could go anywhere else, but like that's totally fine. So I'm sitting there and I think my foot started cramping or something, and I was like, I have to take off, like, I was like, my foot's cramping, I have to like stretch it out. And he said, well, you could just take off your shoe. And I was like, in your car? I was like, bro, that's weird. Like, I don't really even know you yet. Why would I take my shoe off in your car? And he said, yeah, no, that'd be fine. And I said, no, I was like, that's okay. I was like, I'll just wait. I was like, if I really have to stretch it out, I'll just get out the car and stretch. And he said, no, it's like, you could just take your shoe. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then, or no, I think I like laughed it off. I was like, haha, yeah. And so then I like my foot started cramping even more. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so cramping. And he said, I'm serious, you could just take your shoe off. And then he's like, you could also take your socks off while you're at it. And I said, what? I was like, excuse me? And then like I think I laughed but a little uncomfortably. I was like, haha, yeah. I was like, I'm not doing that. But I thanks for suggesting it, I guess. And then he looked at me and he kind of got quiet for a second and he's like, I'm not joking though. And then I looked at him and I was like, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean by that? And then that's when he told me, he said, I'll be honest. And then he told me he had like a foot fetish. I was like, nothing wrong with people's preferences and whatnot. I personally, though, I'm not a fan. Because it's not something that I'm like, oh God, that's gross and disgusting. It's more so like when you're like talking to somebody like that who has a weird fetish like that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really want to like help you with that. I really don't want to. And so that drew the line for me. I was like, you know what? I think we're done here. I think we're done here. I don't think we need to do this anymore. And then I did, and I called it off like 2 days later. I definitely want to get to know this guy's friends. He seemed like a genuinely good guy and was funny, so I want to get to know him. Hopefully something. You never know. No, because at the end of the day, you never know what would happen from certain things. Right? But you'll never know if you don't try. This guy was too hyper focused on those things. He was overthinking. He really was. I'd hate to say understandably. So at the time when was this? 2020? It had to have been. It was 2020. So I was 21. All right, my small age of 21. I think he was 26. That's weird. That's crazy. I'm 21, he's 26. I'm pretty sure he was older than he looked like he was. Like, I thought he was maybe like 23 before I knew how old he was, and then I found out he was 26. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess that's not whatever. That age. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with this, but I do think a lot of his behaviors came from the fact that apparently he had never dated anyone before me. And I guess like at all. Like he had never talked to a girl in a romantic way. He just hadn't had any like situationships, and he hadn't had any relationships. He was a clean guy, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, I think, but it became really apparent in a lot of his behaviors because he would do things like that. And I think to him, he thought that they were normal. He's like, this is what people do in relationships. I'm like, it's not, though. No, it's not. So, but I mean, it's even crazier now because like he was not. I can't judge people. Okay, there are people out there who are. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with not having relationships at that age, I think. That's so weird. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest. It's downright weird. It is. Like, personally, I don't like strange fetishes like that, but I respect people who do. Does that make sense? My hair is like not okay. That's so bad. No, it's okay. It wasn't. It wasn't that bad, I don't think. But it was even weirder to me because then I started thinking about. Oh, everyone left. No one's listening. I started thinking about how, because he wasn't a bad looking guy. He wasn't like, I would have rated him maybe a solid like 5.5 out of 10. Maybe a little higher, just a little, not a 6. I mean like a 5.8. Like he wasn't ugly or anything. And so I was surprised to find out that he had never been in a relationship or anywhere near it, like not even situationships or anything. Like that entire time. But then I started thinking, I was like, well, the way that he was acting, I was like, you know what? Maybe I do get it. Maybe I do. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, I was going to tell you guys a story, like a lore. One Us lore. Okay, we're going back to One Us. So, I actually related to the dance challenge raffle. So they had something similar on their first tour, the Fly With Us tour. And how's the Lord? I ate a Sour Patch Kid, now it's all over. So they did like a raffle as well on the Reach For Us tour. And what they did was everyone, so like when you checked in, you got a wristband, especially if you were VVIP. I don't know if the VIPs had them too, but VVIP did because I had VVIP. They had wristbands and there was a number on the wristband. And like I didn't understand what the number was at first. I don't think anyone did because we were like, why are there numbers on the wristbands? That it's seated. It's a seated venue. But later on, like halfway through the concert, they did this segment where they weren't drawing from like a hat or like a bowl or anything. It was just that the members, I think they did 3 members. They would just think of a random number between like 1 and however many. And they would just pick a number. And if they picked the number on your wristband, it was sort of the same. It was kind of like the dance challenge thing, but like they would play music just like on the spot and you would have to like start dancing. And it wasn't like K-pop or anything, I don't think. It was just party music, so like you just had to do some freestyle or something. And the whole point of it was that you just had to participate in order to win the gift. And the gift, I think they were all signed Polaroids. I think all of the gifts were signed Polaroids. Maybe they did 4. And so yeah, you just had to do a little dance and then like you win the gift. So, okay, they're doing this segment. And I'm hoping and praying to God that they choose my number. All right. They end up saying a number and I think it was a few numbers below mine. I was number 45. They chose like 41 or 42. And I was like, that's crazy. Can you say it again and just say 45 though? They say like 41, 42. I'm like, okay. And it was the last number they were going to say. And I was like, okay. So I didn't win. They say the number and I hear someone behind me be like, oh my God, it's this person. And so I turn around. Okay. I turn around and I am looking at, I'm pretty sure I told this story before, but at this point in time in 2019, it was me and 2 friends. Like we all used to be friends, like the 3 of us, but then we had like a fight. And so then they were still friends with each other and they weren't talking to me. You know, like we were kind of split in that aspect. But we ended up all going to the One Us concert, not knowing that we were going to the One Us concert. I'm sure they knew I was going to the One Us concert. One Us was my favorite group at this point already. So I'm sure they knew, but I didn't know they were going. And crazily enough, like the way that things just work out sometimes is like we're beefing, we're not talking, I don't like them. Okay, I turn around, I'm trying to make friends because I went by myself to this concert. I turn around to make some friends, and I'm looking at these two, my two friends I'm not speaking to, in the eyes right behind me. I was like, well, that sucks. Here I am trying to have a good time, and now I have to turn around and see two people I don't like. And so I'm like, okay. So anyway, when they come to the raffle, they call the number. They say, it's this person. I turn around and guess who it is? It's her, my friend I'm not speaking to. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, can you believe it? And anyway, so again, all they had to do was do a freestyle dance. Like, all they literally, it doesn't even have to be cool. Okay, it just has to be like, at least you're participating. Now, my friend, so in the entire grand scheme, the friend that got picked is the friend that I have now. And the friend that she went with is the one I don't speak to anymore. Like, we're not friends at all. So it's kind of weird how that all kind of played out. So she's like a little shy, especially in crowds of people. So all the attention turns towards her because they're like, oh, they picked your number and you have to dance. She like froze. And me, even though we're not speaking, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let you tank this chance to get a signed one as Polaroid just because you are scared of all this attention. And so I looked at her, okay, and she's sitting there, she's like frozen. And I just, I don't remember what I did. But maybe I started trying to like cheer her on or something. I was like, I swear to God, you better start dancing right now. You better start doing something. And so everyone else starts cheering her on. And so she does like something for a few seconds and then she stops and she starts laughing. Because, like, you know, it's crazy to be put on the spot like that. All of 1US is looking at her. And so she does the dance. And so then they're like, ah, okay. Because she stood there for such a long time that they were considering moving on. They were considering just saying a new number and getting someone else. I was like, don't do that. And so like they counted it. She did something and they were like, okay, yeah, that works. And so then they were like, all right, all you guys are winning signed Polaroids. Just stay after the concert, go to the merch booth, get your signed Polaroid. So she got a signed Shein Polaroid. And so later, a few years later, we become friends again. These are the ones that I end up moving in with. So the three of us are all friends again. We're all roommates. She starts having like a fight, like financially she's like going through things. Okay, so she started trying to like sell off a lot of her albums and photo cards and all that stuff. I kept telling her, I was like, absolutely, like, because she was like, should I sell my Shein Polaroid? I said no. Absolutely not. I don't care if I'm not the owner of this. The fact that it's in my house, I know where it is. I'm not letting you sell that Polaroid. And she was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And like, you know, she was on the same page. But then she started going through like more of like a financial hardship. And she was like, she messaged me too. She was like, I think I'm going to have to sell the Shein Polaroid. And I was like, and, you know, like I understood, like she was going through a hard time, but I'm like, I can't let this Polaroid leave my house. So what did I do? I don't remember what I did. No. I want to say I bought it through like a secret account. I don't remember because I might have bought it through a secret account because I think if I mentioned to her that I wanted to buy the Polaroid, she wouldn't let me buy it. Like she would probably just try to give it to me. But that wasn't the point. I was like, you're in a financial like financially hard time right now. And like, but I also don't want that Shein Polaroid to just go to some random person because like that's crazy. And so I'm like, I should buy it to assist with her financial hardship, but also so that I don't lose this Polaroid to a stranger. So I think I bought it through a secret account. I'm pretty sure. Or something. And so she's like, okay, yeah. And then I ended up telling her later, like after, it was me and my sister. We like chipped in and we bought it together. And so then she was like, my Shein Polaroid sold. And I said, I know because I bought it. And she was like, what? And she did try to mention, she was like, let me just send the money back. And I said, no. I was like, no, no, that's not how consumerism works. I'm like, I spent money for this. So technically, like, even though I own it, I told her she could just keep it. I was like, consider it my gift to you. Anyway, so all of that to say that actually that whole story was supposed to show that I could be lucky because they called the number 3 numbers below mine, so I have a chance in the raffle. They could pull my ticket out of the thing and it could be me. Because I think I'm kind of lucky. All of that to say that. You're such a true friend for that. Even though you weren't friends anymore, you were still there for her. You're literally one of a kind. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't really know what was going through my mind at the point. Even though we weren't talking, we weren't on good terms, I still was, I mean, it's like we were friends before that, you know, and I know how she is. I know she's like shy in front of like people, especially when all the attention is on her. I know she just kind of like panics and like freezes. And I'm like, I don't want her to like ruin that moment just because I know her as a person. Like, I don't want that for her. So I don't care if we're beefing. It's like, I'll still pray for you in the best way. You bought it and gave it back. I did. Because I felt bad that she was like having such a hard time that she was considering selling it. And like, I know that that's one of her like most prized possessions because of the way that she acquired it. It was like they picked her number, right? Like, out of all the numbers they could have said, they picked hers, and then she like won it from the concert, and it's signed and it's a Polaroid. So all of it is just kind of a one of a kind experience. And so I think the fact that she was like resorting to like wanting to sell it, I was like, I know like nobody wants that. I know she doesn't want that. I don't want that. I can't let that leave my house. And so I was just like, you know what? Just so that I know that she'll always have it and like never have to worry about having to sell it, I'll just buy it. Because if she does try to sell it, I will pull the ownership card. I will. If she's like, I need to sell this Polaroid, I'm going to be like, well, guess what? I own that Polaroid, so you can't sell it. Okay? But yeah, I just kind of was like, I called it because she's also the type where, um, I wouldn't say she's bad at accepting gifts, but she's bad at kind of she's always doing things for other people and like never really expecting much in return. But like, I understand her on that because I do that too. I do a lot for other people, especially people I care about, and I don't really expect much back from them. Um, and so I kind of knew that if I had told her straight up that I wanted to just buy the Polaroid from her and then like try to give it back, like just straight up, she would be like, no, like she would try to like give it to me or pay me all the money back. And I'm like, that's not what this is at all, actually. So I'm pretty sure I bought it secretly. I'm so sure I did. That's literally the sweetest thing ever. I'm telling you, I'm like a lover girl at heart for everyone that I care about. Okay? So not even like romantically, but like all my platonic friendships and whatnot. If I truly care about somebody, like, you will know. You will know the things that I do. Hi, how are you today? I'm good. I'm good. My bias in one is Xian. Period. Xian's really cool. Hi, hello. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, I'm actually really, really sad about. I'm devastated. I don't know if you guys remember when I changed this to July. I'm so sad. So this is the July photo. Except guess what today is? It's the last day of July. So you know what that means? I have to change it and I don't want to. I don't want to. You have to change. I know. I mean, I know when the year's over, I'll probably put this back up because this is like, this is my favorite photo in the entire world. I'll probably tear it out and put it on the wall. Yeah, I'll put it on the wall, but like in order to keep up with like my desk calendar, I have to change it, and I don't want to. I don't want to. I didn't even use this side, so I usually display it this way to like see the calendar myself. But because this is my favorite photo, I had this spaced out all month. But now I have to change it. I'm so sad. It's beautiful. Lido and Soho. Yeah, true. They're my favorite. They're my favorite. You know Stray Kids? Yeah, I do. Okay, I guess I'll change it with the team. Okay, so this is July. Everyone say goodbye to July. I'm so sad. I'm actually so sad I'm never gonna see this. I'm not gonna see this until like December. I guess I could tear it out right now. Anyway, we're gonna change it to August with everyone. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. August is so hot. I guess I didn't know that either. I forgot it was Soho. I thought. Okay, I'm cool. I'm sorry. Cool. Even though I'm gonna miss this one so much, I'm like. I thought it was gonna be the other unit. This one. I thought it was gonna be this photo. But this one is like just some random photo. Okay, everything is saved. Don't worry. Everything is saved! I do wish I could use this side though, but I would love to look at Soho all month. Alright. How exciting. How exciting. Hello, hi. I said hi to you earlier though, so I don't know why you said that. That's actually insane. That's so funny. I did not know it was Soho. I was so confused. I was like, maybe I flipped the wrong month. I was gonna say, you better be careful. My mods have a low tolerance for spam. Hi, hello. Hello. Wow. Guys, wait, this is my month. I think this is my month. Okay, not only is Soho on August. Okay, One Us's tour starts this week, next week. And I think that means I'm gonna win the raffle. I think that's what that means. So excited. Do you like Stray Kids, by the way? Kind of. Just a little bit. I got you. Thank you so much. The makeup you ate? Whose makeup? Mine? Girl, you ate. I need to leave my hair alone. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just... Okay, team. I think I'll be live for 10 more minutes, and then I will end the stream for the night. The red ones aren't that sour. The yellow ones are sour, for sure. Ten more minutes. So if you have a question, ask now. Or forever hold your peace. Speaking of Stray Kids, Day Day was today in Korea. Now tomorrow's gonna be Stay Day in the US. Oh! Interesting. I did not know that. I'm trying to chew my candy, I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know why it takes me that long to chew candy. I love you so bad, bad, bad. You make me feel some type of way. I love you so bad, bad, bad. They're singing that on tour and I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited. Wait, I know the lyrics. Hold on, let me look them up. I know the lyrics, I swear. There. You know that I love you so much. 미쳐 흔들어 버리네 맘 모두 가져가. Oh, okay. I love you so bad. Make me feel some type of way. 숨 쉴 틈 없이 빠져들어가. 넣지 못해 난. I love you so bad, bad, bad. 찬송같이 끌어당긴 그 손짓에 달려가고 있어 right now. Till you love me. 난 준비됐어, baby. I love you so bad, bad, bad. What a good song! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. Do I have anything to talk about for 5 more minutes? Oh. So I will not be live this weekend. I think if I am live this weekend, I will be doing like the secret streams, like the audio streams. Maybe. But I won't be live like this weekend, so there's that. I'm gonna try to stream a few times next week because next Saturday is when I'm flying to Chicago for the One Us tour. So I think I want to try to stream as much as I can next week because once I start doing like my trip and whatnot, I'm most likely only gonna do 2 streams, which are the Get Ready With Me streams, which I'm excited for. Do I have an outfit yet? Nope. No, I do not. Go is right now. But I do want to try to get as much streams out of the, or not out of the way, but just do some more normal streams next week before the trip. And then after that, I don't have much planned. So we can just stream as freely as we want. I'm actually, I hate to say, I'm a little excited. I'm excited to see One Us, but I'm excited for like the whole trip to kind of just be over. I love One Us. But I'm tired of spending money to travel. I kind of want to just sit at home for a bit. Okay. So this is like my last big trip of the summer that I know of. So hopefully after that we have some time to rest. But yeah. Have fun at the One Us concert when it comes. I know. I hope I win. I'm a lucky girl. I'm a lucky girl. Don't worry. I suffer from lucky girl syndrome, so it's gonna happen. Just watch. Just watch. But yeah, I guess I can just end the stream here since I have nothing else to yap about. Do I have anything else? I don't think so. Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream here for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me. It was super, super fun. Very chill today, but I don't mind that. I hope you guys have a good rest of your nights. I hope you have good sleeps and good dreams and everything in between. I'm not sure what that is. And I hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. Hope you have you're having a good day right now. Or I hope you had a good day today. And I will see you all Monday? Monday, most likely. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you have a good night.